I do have a story I want to share with you.
What's that?
You know how everyone was throwing shade, you inclusive, at
About what?
Leonardo DiCaprio for dating someone 29 years his junior.
I was throwing shade or I was asking questions.
You
But
said
go on.
it's creepy,
But
it's manipulative, it's exploitative.
I was asking questions. But go on. What has happened?
Okay, basically you painted it in a rather negative light, what he was doing.
That is how you say it. I was asking
But
questions.
now Madonna, it's come out, Madonna has a new boyfriend
Mm-hmm.
who is 29 years old.
Okay.
And Madonna is 64. So their age difference is something like, let's do the math here. It's about 30, I'm like 33 years,
Okay.
30, 35 years difference
Mm-hmm.
in age. And yet everyone's hush-hush about it. No one's saying, oh, that's creepy, that's what. And there's so many female celebrities who date younger men, and no
Okay.
one bats an eye. In fact, such women are cheered and celebrated. As you go, girl, live your life, enjoy it, and if he makes you happy, good on you. But how come a man can't do that? If a man were to date someone with that kind of age difference, all of a sudden he's a creep.
Who are you asking? Me or other people or the person listening
It's a
right
question-
now? Because for me, I do not support cross-generational relationships. Even Cher and her boyfriend right now, Cher is what? About...
Must be 70.
exactly. She's almost 70 and the guy is somewhere in his early 30s maybe. Early mid-30s, somewhere in his 30s. And then there's also Britney Spears and her boyfriend, her husband, Sam, whose birthday is today as well.
Wait, he's younger?
Yeah, he's younger. He's just turning 29 or 30.
And she's like
Sam.
41.
Exactly. Anyway, I am not for cross-generational relationships. I don't support them. And if it's creepy when Leonardo does it, it's also creepy when Cher does it and when Madonna does it. So I don't support it either way. I'm not for it at all.
But why wouldn't you be for it? I mean,
Why should I be for it?
first of all, because it's their business and not ours. If they're consenting adults, it's up to them to decide to engage in a romantic or sexual relationship. That's number one. And number two, should there be rules about this? About, for someone like Madonna who already has her family, she has children, biological and adoptive. And this guy, I mean, I don't know what his whole deal is. But I mean, they're both in interesting places and they seem to be able to bring some joy to each other's lives. So why why would you deprive them of that opportunity?
I'm just still saying it is creepy.
What is the oldest man you've dated?
Oh my goodness. I don't think I have dated anybody 4 years older than me.
Well, soon you will.
When? No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know what you think about this, but I've heard it said that when women are younger, they typically want men closer to their age. But as they grow older, they're more comfortable dating men that are way older.
Listen,
So, for example, if you turn 40, you might find yourself dating a guy who's 60.
listen. By the time a man surpasses his 40s and is now in 50s, 60s and 70s, this man is looking for a caregiver because he's about to start having old people problems. And especially if he has been living his life recklessly and not making health choices. What do you mean a perfect match?
Don't you have old people problems?
I do not. I am still very young, still
You're
very
grumpy.
fit. Grumpy how? Grumpy how? Stop being condescending. No, I'm not. I'm a damn ball of sunshine, and even you admit it. Anyway, any man in their 40s going all the way that side almost to 100 is about to start facing old people problems, and I am not I'm not here for being somebody's caretaker.
You mean like incontinence? Like
what do you mean?
unable to hold their bowels and excrement? But that could happen.
I want to have a relationship with somebody I can enjoy, not somebody who I'm going to be
what are you gonna
taking care
do?
of.
But that's dangerous, you see, because you could marry someone who's fit and healthy today, but maybe tomorrow he gets into a terrible accident, becomes paralyzed from the neck down, like Christopher Reeve. Remember him?
Yeah, Superman guy.
Yeah, so he got old people problems real quick after he fell off that horse.
I understand.
And he was wheelchair bound.
And that is a possibility. But what I'm saying is that with older men who are 10, 15, 20, 30 years my senior, that is bound to happen at any time. Like it is going to happen. and I do not want to
So,
have
but
to
what
get
you-
into
no,
a
what you're saying
relationship
is-
knowing that that is going to happen.
No,
that
what you're
sooner
saying
or
is-
later I'm going to start checking his blood pressure, his blood sugar, his no.
Yeah, but by the way,
I
nowadays,
don't want to have to do that.
Nowadays, any man 40 and above is high risk for prostate cancer, high blood pressure, stroke. And when you see people's lifestyles, the drinking, the smoking, the alcohol, the pork, the people
That's
are
exactly
very
what I'm
unhealthy. You
saying.
get it? So even 40-year-olds aren't safe.
That is, I just said that.
So you
That's
gotta-
exactly what I'm saying, and I don't want to have to deal with that.
So you might find
So I
yourself
want a man.
wanting a younger man, a younger fit man with
No.
whom you don't have to worry about those
I want a
problems.
man within my age brackets, and for me, one thing is for sure: I want somebody who is making healthy choices with their lives. He goes to the gym, he eats healthy, he's not a smoker, he's not an alcoholic, and I want that because I want to enjoy my life. Even if we're going to have 2-3 years and say for instance some unfortunate thing happens and then he's now bed bound, I want to be able to enjoy that. But if I'm already getting a man who is already close to stone age, it's like from the
Be
beginning
nice.
I am going to be
Stone
a
age.
nurse. From the beginning I'm going to be you don't make and you can't make loud noises because it may trigger a stroke, or I don't want to deal with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Ah.
But if that is for you, that is for you. But for me, it's not. It's not. And I am not for cross-generational relationships. I'm really
And when you
not.
say cross-generational, what does that mean? What's the limit on the gap you're willing to tolerate?
Again, like I said, I don't think I can date anybody 10 years older
So
than me.
for you, beyond 10 years, that's cross-generation.
That is too much for me. But
I
like
think
I
you're
said,
being
I
too
haven't
restricted.
dated anybody older than 4, maybe 4.5, 5 years.
You don't think you're depriving yourself of the opportunity to find true love? For example, you sound like someone who wants a very mature kind of love, and you seem to be very critical of men that aren't serious or out to play games. You keep telling us you're dating for a purpose. A lot of the
I'm
men,
not dating
a lot of them,
at the
or
moment.
that is your mission, to date with a purpose.
Yeah.
And so the men that you are encountering who are in your age bracket are typically the kinds of guys who are going to play those games.
I don't think so. Not all
Because
of them.
a man in his, because if you're in your 30s, a man in his mid 30s, that's for most men, that's considered to be sort of their sexual peak. That's when they're starting to land on some money and they still look youthful enough that young girls won't shy away from them. So they have lots of girlfriends. They're like major players, these guys. The guys your age, they're major players. So if you
Not
want
all of them.
most. So if you want serious get, you're gonna have to get. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to change your standards. Start looking for guys who are older.
A man who wants a nurse. No, not me. Because again, like I said, this man has already lived his full life. He's retired and he's probably not going to want to be adventurous or spontaneous. And like again, I said, if he has been living a very reckless life and not making healthy decisions with his life, he's probably, going to be suffering some health, consequences to his bad decisions. And what I'm saying is that I do not want to have to spend the rest of my life nursing somebody or taking care of them, making sure they're taking their medication, helping them go to the bathroom. I don't want to do that. I want an enjoyable relationship. I don't want to be somebody's caretaker. That's what
but
I'm saying. I don't want that.
I'm just warning you that.
Unless there's something in it for me and I'm going to, I don't know.
Have you not heard
But I'm
what?
not doing that.
Wait a minute. Have you not heard marriage vows through sickness and health?
Again, I do not want to have to walk into it when you're already sick. This is what I'm saying. I do not want to have to be able to, I don't want to take care of somebody. I want to enjoy my partner, my spouse. I want to enjoy them. I do not want to be worrying about your blood pressure, your glucose levels, your sugar levels. Have you taken your medication? I have to make sure I test your food first to make sure.
So you would rather.
I don't want to
So
do that.
So you'd rather date a string of 35-year-olds and have your heart
That is
broken
not what I'm saying,
constantly,
Fatboy. Because not
Rather
all 30-year-old.
rather than date a gentleman who is older but can commit to you and can provide for you and can take care of you.
Fatboy, not all 30-year-olds are players or wasting their lives away. Look at Michael B. Jordan.
What are you talking about?
Is he
But
wasting
anyway-
his life away?
But anyway, I have a feeling.
He's a gentleman.
I have a feeling that you're gonna surprise us one day, and you're gonna say, "Okay, fat boy, don't laugh. Guess what? I met this guy. He's so wonderful, and he's like 54 years old."
That's not
I'd
happening.
be like, "Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I knew it would happen."
I'm sorry.
And
That's
if
not
that
gonna
happens,
happen.
okay, let's make a bet. Let's put money on this.
No, we're not putting money
Let's
on
put money on
anything.
this.
We're not going to put
If you ever date a man
Mhm.
that's 50 years and above,
Okay.
You're gonna
now
pay
that's
me.
far. 50. 50 and above. You know what? Yeah, bet.
bet
Bet.
100K.
Bet.
Okay,
Bet,
we're on.
bet. I
It's
take
on.
it.
100K.
I tend to not be plotting and be, trying to trap me with your 50-year-old friends. Don't do that.
Yeah, there's one that kind of likes you. But,
Go away.
but thanks for telling us what's popping, Sarah. You're listening to The Fatboy Show on RX Radio. Stay tuned for more great music.